I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
It's the movie that sparked the burning question that has plagued us for 3 decades. What is up with the 3 seashells? It's Sylvester Stallone's 1993 action classic, Demolition Man. Welcome to Real Action, and this episode is all about Demolition Man, a goofy, if unnaturally prescient flick that pits Sly against another action icon of the era, Wesley Snipes. If you ever wanted to see Judge Dredd take on Blade, this is your jam. Throw in a pre-speed Sandra Bullock and you've got 3 stars who would help define action movies in the 1990s.
I would like you to accompany me to Pizza Hut.
Demolition Man begins in 1996, when Los Angeles has become a dumpster fire of lawlessness. Think Gotham, but like that awful post-Bane version in The Dark Knight Rises. Stallone is the awesomely named John Spartan. Wait, can we just marvel at that name for a second? John Spartan. Say it 3 times fast and you'd add 10 pounds of muscle automatically. Spartan is a badass rebel cop on the trail of his arch-nemesis, psychopath Simon Phoenix. But in stopping the maniac, he triggers a gigantic explosion that kills dozens of hostages. Phoenix and Spartan are both cryogenically frozen, a la Han Solo. Later they are unleashed into an unprepared utopian society in 2032. Picking up right where they left off. What everyone remembers about Demolition Man is the comically utopian, politically correct society in which John Spartan stands out like a caveman at a Mensa meeting. The world of Demolition Man is campy, silly, and uncomfortably prescient. Following a cataclysmic earthquake, San Angeles has become a place of complete harmony. There's no crime, no violence, no drugs, nothing offensive at all. And they've taken the swear jar concept to a whole new level.
John Spartan, you are fined twice for repeated violations of the verbal morality statute.
So much for the seashells. Anyway, where the hell did you learn to kick like that?
Jackie Chan movies?
Spartan and Phoenix hit this nanny state paradise like a ton of bricks. Once thawed out under mysterious circumstances, Phoenix goes on a rampage, just like the bad old days. The police, who spend their days listening to commercial jingles on purpose, are ill-equipped for it and get smacked down with ease. Sorry, Rob Schneider.
We're police officers. We're not trained to handle this kind of violence.
So that's not gonna work. Why? Because it takes an old school cop to take down an old school criminal. Arriving in 1993, Demolition Man was mocked for being goofy at the time. And yeah, it sorta was. But it also gives us one of Stallone's most memorable characters. John Spartan, dressed up like he was Flint from G.I. Joe, is Stallone satirizing his action movie career long before that became cool. The opening scene is a gigantic spectacle and one of the biggest set pieces of Stallone's career. Just the opening swoop through a burning Hollywood sign is pretty incredible. Followed by Stallone bungee jumping from a helicopter, brawling with Snipes, and ending in an explosion so big they used an actual building's detonation by the city. That's just in the first 10 minutes of the movie. But even more than the action itself, Demolition Man is known for its farcical look at the dangers of a PC culture and its unique ability to predict the future, like social distancing, the emergence of Zoom telemeetings, a severe shortage of toilet paper, virtual reality sex, free of those nasty exchanges of bodily fluids, fast food domination and the awesomeness of Taco Bell, soundbite and commercial culture,
Armor hot dog.
and, oh yeah, some dude named Arnold Schwarzenegger running and winning political office.
The Schwarzenegger Library?
Yes, the Schwarzenegger Presidential Library. Wasn't he an actor when you...
Stop, he was president?
Yes.
Why don't we have an Arnold Schwarzenegger presidential library? Demolition Man's future is already better than ours. Stallone and Schwarzenegger famously beefed with one another over who was the biggest action star, but by this time they were cool enough to rib each other in their own flicks. And of course, years later they would actually star in multiple movies together. If only they could have gotten their crap together sooner. Stallone's stone-faced fish-out-of-water act is great. Spartan is one of those roles he was just always meant to play, and it wouldn't have made as much sense played by anybody else. Spartan is the flip side to every psychopath he had ever had to hunt down, which makes it funnier this peaceful society needs him to exist.
Send a maniac to catch a maniac.
Let's be real though. Snipes is having the time of his life as the maniacal Simon Phoenix, the whacked out version of the Joker we never knew we needed. From his cross colors outfit to his blonde hair, everything about him is pushed to the limit, screaming for our attention. He even gets all the best quotes.
And I am sorry to say that the world has become a pussy-whipped Brady Bunch version of itself. Run by a bunch of robed sissies.
Wait a minute. This is the future. We're all in a phase of guns.
What is happening with the cops today? Huh? Don't you know you're endangering the lives of civilians? Okay, what do we have left that's good, huh? Oh, let's see. Wilkes, Patrick. Jeffrey Dahmer? I love this guy!
Sandra Bullock is another scene stealer as Lieutenant Lenina Huxley, Spartan's catchphrase-ruining partner, and a clear reference to Brave New World author Aldous Huxley, whose novel was a heavy influence on Demolition Man.
He's finally matched his meat. You really licked his ass. Let's go blow this guy. Chief, you can take this job and you can shovel it.
It's crazy to think Demolition Man was director Marco Brambia's debut behind the camera. The film was a hit and eventually regarded as a classic, earning over $150 million worldwide and outperforming Schwarzenegger's Last Action Hero, which came out months earlier. But the experience may have soured Brambilla, as it ran into numerous delays that caused the studio to question him in the role. He would go on to make 1997's rom-com Excess Baggage, which somehow managed to make Alicia Silverstone and Benicio del Toro a thing, but then left Hollywood behind to focus on art installations and short films. Demolition Man's satirical vibe was largely thanks to writer Daniel Waters, whose films Heathers, The Adventures of Ford Fairlane, Batman Returns, and Hudson Hawk are all a little off the beaten path. Ford Fairlane? Yeah, that's one I think needs tackling someday soon.
Class is over, John. Time for something new and improved.
Oh, hell.
Holy shit! I love this gun! God damn! How you like in the future, John? Come on! Oh, I know that must have hurt. Huh, soldier boy?
You're on TV!
You're dead, Spartan.
Forgot to say Simon Says. You're gonna regret this the rest of your life. Both seconds of it.
Welcome, Lieutenant Lenina Huxley.
MDK. Murder, death, kill, murder, death, kill.
What the hell is that?
John Spartan, you are fined 1 credit.
Where the goddamn guns?
You are fined 1 credit for a violation of the verbal morality statute.
Beneath the jokes and the colorful comic book tone, Demolition Man delivers an angry warning of a future when hypersensitive couch potatoes can no longer think or fend for themselves. It's a future when beer and red meat is outlawed.
This is a rat burger.
And freedom of speech is as hard to find as toilet paper. It's a scary place to be. Almost like it was tailor-made for Dennis Leary to get angry about.
See, according to Cocteau's plan, I'm the enemy. Because I like to think. I like to read. I'm into freedom of speech and freedom of choice. I'm the kind of guy who likes to sit in a greasy spoon and wonder, gee, should I have the T-bone steak or the jumbo rack of barbecue ribs with the side order gravy fries? I want high cholesterol. I want to eat bacon and butter and buckets of cheese, okay? I want to smoke a Cuban cigar the size of Cincinnati in a non-smoking section. I want to run through the streets naked with green jello all over my body reading Playboy magazine. Why? Because I suddenly might feel the need to, okay, pal? I've seen the future. You know what it is? It's a 47-year-old virgin sitting around in his beige pajamas drinking a banana broccoli shake singing I'm an Oscar Mayer wiener.
Demolition Man gets a 9 out of 10 Stallones.